Here we go.
Well, howdy do, y'all. This is your Captain Jose Paz.
I'm gonna leave.
To my right, we got the co-captain.
I refuse to answer to that.
That is Zach, and diagonally from me, my other co-captain.
I'm Captain Rory.
All right.
Oh, he's calling himself a captain, not co-captain.
He said co-captain.
I said co-captain. You're both co-captains.
Doesn't that insinuate that's a partnership? But he just said captain, not co-captain.
Well, that's fine. Because technically he's the captain, I'm his co-captain.
Okay, I just want to make sure Rory's not trying to...
It's like a
take
three-way.
his
Just
position.
when I go out at bars, I just say I'm captain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure, let's go with that. Jose, continue.
So this is episode 4, and I feel like it's kind of like how Scream had 3 really great movies, and the 4th came out and it was even better. So I feel like that's how this episode 4 is going to go for us.
Or,
Generally, 4 does not go well.
Well,
Phantom Menace.
well, technically 4 was New Hope. You know what I'm saying? And Phantom Menace, we will get to that. I got a lot to say about that.
Yeah, why do you
movie.
think I said that?
Thank you.
BT Dubs, strap in. It's Star Wars Day today.
Oh yeah.
Get ready, everyone. It's a Jose episode.
Well, we'll see.
Jose recaps Star Wars.
But before we get into that, I figure we'd recap our weeks real quick. Zach, you want to kick it off? What have you played? What have you seen?
So I'm waiting for Save Decay 2 to come out, which will be ready for me once I get done recording here and go home. So
Oh, no shit.
I want to get the hell out of here as soon as possible so I can play it.
If you hear a door slam, it's him.
Did you
Yeah.
buy it separate or you do through Games Pass?
I bought separate.
Oh, okay.
But in the meantime, I've revisited the world of Skyrim and Elder Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that I've been having a lot more fun with it and just not caring about the story and just wanting to screw around. Like the very first mission where you have to go get the gold claw for the guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, thank you, sir. I shall put this back in my shop." And then he just puts it on the counter right in front of you. And
You can steal everything back from him. You get a bucket and you put it on his head.
I don't think that works anymore. But
That game.
How do you even do that? I never did that once.
You hold down like X or whatever, and you can like pick up shit like telekinesis style, because it acts as like you're grabbing it.
yeah.
And then you just kind of like bump it against his head and keep going, and it rolls over, and then he's technically blinded, so you can steal everything in his shop.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, and the moment he put the claw back on his desk, I did spend a solid like 3 minutes in game just kind of like looking down at it, and then looking back up at the guy, like, I don't know, it's right there. But I decided not to. But there are like those things in games that, like, do you remember the initiation to the Brotherhood?
The
Dark
The
Brotherhood?
orphanage thing.
oh,
Yeah, the orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you just find the kid and he's performing this like rite, and you just walk in and the kid's like, "Oh, you must be the assassin I've been calling for." You're like, not really. And he's like, "Ah, don't worry, I know it's you. Here, can you go kill this person who's in control of the orphanage?" And your guy's basically just like,
fuck?
"Yeah, sure." Luckily, you find out she was beating children, so it's fine to kill her.
Yeah.
God damn.
But I mean, let's be
You don't
honest.
remember that?
No.
I mean,
I played Skyrim very differently from you two.
I mean, when you found out you could, the granny like beat children, I felt a lot better because my moral compass would have been very sad because I was gonna kill whoever it was regardless.
You have to mod that game to kill kids.
I'm not gonna kill kids.
Just saying. There's a vampire child in there that's like 800 years old.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
And you can't kill her in it. It got to me. I wanted to burn down the Dark Brotherhood. All of it.
Why?
Just because I could.
Okay, that's fair. And that is Skyrim's kind of whole thing.
You
Okay.
get to a point in those games where you've done everything and you're like, nah, I guess I just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that was my week.
Rory?
I have not done much, actually.
Rory was finding orphanages to burn down.
Yeah, I was driving by the schools today.
Well,
Yeah. No, so like I was lifting Saturday.
Okay.
And I did heavy squats, and then I did heavy rack pulls after that, and then I hurt my back. So I haven't done shit except for lay on the couch.
Damn.
And
how about a reminder of what your very good friend got you?
You.
Damn.
No, I started playing Path of Exile. Pillars of Eternity
Pillars
is what I
of
was playing
Eternity.
last week, and I couldn't get into it. I couldn't beat it. I couldn't get into it. It's just too slow. So then I started playing Path of Exile because it's like a Diablo clone,
Okay.
and it's like infinitely more fun for me because you just go through and just fucking stomp on everything. So I've been playing that, and then I downloaded, thanks to the Z-Man over here, State of Decay, the first one,
Okay.
which is what you came in and saw.
Yeah.
So we played like 20 minutes of that before you showed up.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's pretty good. Aside from that, just some Netflix.
You know, I don't remember State of Decay. I said it in text, but I was like, I feel like the way I'm remembering it, it's Fortnite but with zombies. Am I totally wrong on that?
Well, you can't build whatever. You have like set things you can build.
In the 20 minutes that I played, no.
Okay.
The 20 minutes that he's played, he's just been killing zombies.
Okay.
Sneaking up on zombies from the front.
Yeah, that one didn't work though.
It did.
Well, you got there, but you couldn't do the stealth kill.
I kicked him.
So, yeah. Just for clarification, that is not the stealth kill.
What about you?
All right, so
Oh, here we go.
yeah. Before I kick this off here, I did watch.
Is this your weekend review, or is this us going to the main segment?
I think it's a lead-in.
Yeah, it's a lead in here. I'll get
Segue.
So I watched 2 episodes of Cobra Kai because they're free on YouTube.
Oh wait, that's a series?
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie.
No, it's a series, like 20-minute episodes.
Does it talk about how the main good guy in the film was actually the bully the whole time?
Kind of actually. They kind of do
I knew
reference
it.
that stuff.
I knew that little nerd.
And I'll do a couple little spoilers here.
How's
Like,
the karate in it?
Is there any karate?
Is it garbage?
Well, yeah, because Johnny Lawrence is like 40, almost 50, so he's moving like a 40 or 50-year-old who hasn't done karate in like probably 10 years.
Is he running his own karate school?
He does eventually.
Okay, so he hasn't. So after that
He
horrific,
teaches. He's just not very good at teaching.
so after that one kick, his life just crumbled.
Pretty much, yeah. He's
He
like
lost
an
his-
alcoholic.
Oh jeez.
He's like a drunk, and he's
who's
really
the-
racist too. Actually,
Oh, never mind. I don't care about him.
So it's like Gran Torino, but with karate.
I retract my support for the bully that I said earlier in the segment.
well, here's the only my minor grip with it here is he starts off and this kid's like, "Hey, howdy, I'm so and so." I forget the kid's name. And he's all like, "Oh, damn immigrant" or something. But then later he's teaching him karate and he like saves him. So I'm like, oh, his racism just went away.
So
Power.
I was gonna
karate.
say, like, connect the dots there. Like, you goddamn immigrant. Oh, you're gonna pay me to teach you bad karate? Oh, whatever.
Well, later he's eating pizza in front of like a 7-Eleven or something, and the kid's getting his ass kicked, so he beats the kid's ass. So like he's like
The kid that was getting beat up.
No, I assume he beat the bullies.
Yeah, he
The
beat
way
the
you said
bullies.
it sounded like this kid was getting the shit kicked in. He's like,
He
I'm gonna
jumped
fucking jump in there
to
too.
help. Because he hated immigrants that much. But no, he beat up a bunch of high school kids.
I mean, he was a bully in his high school years, so that's not out of the question. I mean, he was like an '80s bully, and '80s bullies were messed up.
But in the movie, he wasn't that bad. And he even says at the fucking LaRusso later, he says like, "Oh, well, you were a dick. You tried to like take my girlfriend." He's like, "Well, you guys weren't really dating." He's like, "No, like we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then you tried to jump in." So he explains the reason he was being a dick.
Yeah.
And they show flashbacks, which is kind of cool.
Well, he didn't. I don't think. From what I personally recall of that movie, he didn't really jump in. Like, he looked at the girl, and the girl looked back at him, and then the boy was like, "Oh, I gotta kill this kid."
Maybe. It's been a minute since I've seen the movies, but they're pretty
What
good.
if they remade it with Jaden Smith and that Karate Kid? Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan.
Oh,
I like that movie. But here's my only problem with it.
No one can see this judging stare right now.
Never mind. I won't go in it. But it's pretty good. First 2 episodes are free on YouTube if you guys want to watch it.
Interesting.
I might do my trial scheme here pretty soon.
It's the first 2 are only free? It's not like they're going to release and then
Correct.
like every 3 weeks they kick out a free one or something like that.
Yeah, they're all, the other 3 through 10 are, you have to have
Behind a
YouTube. on it.
paywall. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, besides that, I watch a lot of Star Wars. Now, Zach, you say you're not a big Star Wars guy, but here's what baffles me. You love Mass Effect. I feel like they're semi-similar.
Well, it depends on how you define.
They're both in space.
It depends on how you define that. It's like a big fan of Star Wars. Like, any of the main numbered entries,
Okay.
I'll go see in theaters.
Uh-huh.
But it's not like Marvel. Well, where I feel like I need to see like everything associated with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Like Solo. Kim's not interested in seeing it. I'm not interested in seeing it. I'll see it on digital, but
I really want to see Solo, but I don't think it's gonna feel like a Star Wars movie. I think it's
Okay.
just gonna feel kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's like it's a fun space movie.
Yeah.
I think
That's where I think I'm going with. Or that's where I think it's going, and if I think that way, then I won't get hurt.
I think
But it's getting
this
good
in one of
reviews,
the,
surprisingly.
I think I said this in one of the earlier podcasts, but
Yes.
I think if they had it, like specifically said this is Han Solo's origin story,
Mhm.
I would have been more accepting of it. Because like I don't,
Isn't it?
It's essentially supposed to be his like because based on the trailers, I can
Yeah.
clearly tell this is gonna be like where Han Solo and Chewie meet and that life debt happens.
Yeah.
And if I had to
Was
get,
that ever a confirmed thing though, or was that just from the expanded universe? The Wookiee life. That's.
that
I
was a
assume it's
confirmed-
in this one because like
Well, it's a confirmed thing.
Oh, is it?
Chewie's
Okay.
hanging off a fucking train on the side of like
Yeah.
a mountain, and he's gonna get obliterated.
Oh yeah, and they got Girl Chewie also.
And
saw the trailer.
I assume the Kessel Run is going to be explained too, if I had to guess.
Oh
and-
yeah, I didn't think about that.
And they'll probably explain it in some way that makes the original. Oh, I made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. And then people are like, wait a second, parsecs is a unit of measurement, not time, or it's a unit of distance, not time. Sorry.
I ran a mile in a mile.
Yeah. So it's like, I assume they'll explain it in some way where that line will suddenly make sense. Or it'll just be explained as like, Han's
they're-
kind of stupid.
They're
He
just
doesn't really know
gonna
what he's talking
ignore it
about.
completely and be like, yeah, we don't agree with that. We saw it. Yeah.
Like,
Move on. We're gonna shove that under the rug.
or like I said, it'll just be something Han says, and everyone will be like to the people who know
guess.
what the Kessel Run is, they'll be like, well, that's a stupid thing to say. But people who don't, they're like, wow, that sounds really impressive.
He's like made it up.
Yeah. So I don't know, like if it wasn't specifically Han Solo, who we already have like all this like info on and
Yeah.
stuff like that, I think I would have been more accepting. Like if they'd said, "Hey, here's Lando when he was a regular guy just like messing around," I'm like, "Oh yeah, Donald Glover, that seems fun."
But I feel like Han Solo is the one person.
That they shouldn't cast again.
That's not where I was
I'm
going with
thinking.
this. I mean, that's one because there's a lot of issues with that people
Yeah.
had. But I think like he's one of the few people in Star Wars that's a main character that people didn't really want a backstory to.
Yeah.
There's like he doesn't need one. He's a smuggler. That's all we need to know. And like we love Harrison Ford enough to where we don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah.
But like I think if they did like Obi-Wan, people would be all for that.
well, I think
That's
still in the
rumors right now.
Yeah, it's rumors because they keep showing pictures of what's the actor's name?
Ian McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Whatever.
Just
Because
misses
they've showed
W
him
on
like training and doing some like P90X type looking stuff,
Uh-huh.
and people are like he's training for the
Does
next
he
Obi-Wan
look
film.
old though?
Well, it's just
He's
gonna be like the midpoint
40,
where
right?
hopefully it'll
Because I
explain
want
why.
him to look the right age, you know.
Well, that's gonna be hard.
Well, I mean, it could still be like, well, actually, if it's pre-episode 1.
In theory, it'll be at the very beginning of what he was doing
Yeah.
on Tatooine, like keeping an eye on Luke. And I presume he's keeping an eye on Luke because he gave Luke like the shittiest hiding spot. It's like,
Yeah.
oh Leia,
Of your family.
yeah, it's like, oh Leia, what are we gonna do with the daughter? Oh, we'll give her to this royal family, change her name, put her on a different planet. What about the boy? He can keep the same name, and you know what? Put him with Anakin's extended family, and you know what? Same last name.
Yeah.
It's
Why
fine.
did? Yeah.
George Lucas is why.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
I mean, for all the shit people give George Lucas, he was a genius when it came to like that original.
He's an
deal.
idea man. He is not a writer.
No, I mean the original contract he got, because he had
for like the toys and stuff.
because he
Yeah.
Royalties forever.
well because obviously he didn't like walk in and say or no, he did tell them like, I want this to be like a trilogy thing.
Yeah.
And obviously they were like, well, no, we don't agree with that. It's like, well, how about this? You guys can keep all the like ticket sales and stuff like that. I'll just keep the toy rights, and if this works, it'll work. And they're like, sure, idiot,
They're like,
let's do that.
dumbass.
And then it came up, and that just became this big thing. And suddenly George Lucas is like, so how about that second movie?
That was like gamble though. That
It
was
was,
like
yeah.
going to Vegas and like all my money on black.
Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah, but like
I
if
mean,
it
he had
didn't?
a lot of like faith in the ideas he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why I
it's
like
some
Star
balls.
Wars is because the universe is really cool.
It's very very interesting. Yeah.
It is, but the movies, as much as I love
I'm
the movies,
gonna
they're
counter
yeah.
that point.
Oh.
Why
Oh.
is the universe not
You have a
that great?
shit it in grid. I want to hear what you
Why
gotta
is
say.
it not that great, Zach?
Well, What type of music does the Cantina Band play, Rory?
Cantina band music. Alien jazz.
You're so close, it's scary.
I'm thinking of the scene from Family Guy where they just play like, hey, let's play that same song.
I mean, that's the song, but it's but in George Lucas's extended universe,
Okay,
it's called a specific type of music.
what is it?
It's like jizz or something.
Yeah, it
like
is.
That. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I believe
It's alien jazz. So, but
they
he's
call it
like, oh, we're gonna
jizz?
call it jizz.
Yeah.
And I
call
don't.
it jizz.
I'm pretty sure that George Lucas is one of those people that just
He's
like,
a
has sex
fucking
like
pervert.
once every 10 years. So he's never said the word jizz.
How about later in the episode we go through some famous jizz band names, like the Jizz Whalers.
What?
The Buzzcocks.
No, that's fake, Rory. Come on, let's be serious. So I'll tell you what. You guys keep having your conversation. I'm gonna look up jizz bands.
All right.
You're on my Wi-Fi. Why are you doing this?
I told you what this was when I signed up to this Wi-Fi.
So real quick, I want to recap Phantom Menace for us. When is the last time you guys have watched that movie?
It's been a while.
It's been probably like 10 years.
Because
for me,
mostly I just judge the fight scenes very, very harshly, as you all know. Why do you have a smile?
I'm busy looking
But
at
I
bands.
haven't seen the Phantom Menace in a long time.
Yeah.
But I've seen that. How am I trying to say this? It's been much longer since I've seen the other ones. Like Phantom Menace has been the most recent, even though it's been like years.
Okay.
Because the other two are just fucking garbage. As pretty as they are.
Yeah.
And
Well,
as, like,
you say that.
Like, people are like,
I just
fucking
watched this
shiny
shit last
glow
night.
sticks, but your TV has like super fucking high def, and then I don't think you guys.
Yours is better.
Well, you guys don't turn on the There's like a motion blur or whatever that high def doesn't have, so it looks like you're on set. And it looks like you can see the fucking makeup on their face and everything.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
when
Sometimes when I'm watching a movie, I'm like, I'm very aware they're acting, and I don't like that.
Because I had that on this and on my other high def TV, and I turned that off, and I'm like,
Okay.
oh, it looks like a fucking movie again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I remember watching Lord of the Rings, and I was like, it feels like I'm on set. Like I can tell that wall is plastic.
Yeah.
But then you turn off that feature, and you're like, oh, I get it. Movie magic.
I kind of don't like that though. I like it to look fake as fuck, even though I'm gonna bitch about it the whole movie. So, this past week I watched Phantom Menace. I stopped Clone Wars halfway through, but then I decided, fuck it, I need to see this movie through. So I watched that.
Power a few beers down.
No, they didn't have any beers for it. I decided I'm just gonna do
went
this
in
raw.
dry.
Gonna go straight in on this. Then I watched Empire Strikes Back, and I got halfway through The Last Jedi. So I'll recap Phantom Menace here.
Wait, you didn't watch episode 3?
No, I did not.
Why?
Well, it was gonna take me too much time to watch all the Star Wars movies. I had to be very selective about what I watched.
You had to cherry pick.
Yeah, because I feel like New Hope. I feel like probably everyone's most watched Star Wars. And I think Return of the Jedi is my least watched one, even compared to the prequels. But then Empire Strikes Back is my favorite personally, so I had to watch that one.
So I went home for Mother's Day.
Okay.
For dinner, and my dad was like, "Oh look, I got Return of the Jedi. Not Return of the
Last
Last Jedi." He's like, "You want to borrow it?" I'm like, "No, it's okay."
You should have just said yeah and just left it here.
No, I'm like,
Did you
no.
feel bad?
Well, he just was like, "Do you want to watch this? Because I have it. Do you want to borrow the DVD?" And I was just like, "I really don't want to ever watch that again."
Did he like it?
I didn't ask. I don't want to start a family feud.
You done a black eye on Mother's Day?
Okay, so I found some. So first of all, Jizz Whalers is just the name of someone who plays jizz.
So he wails on jizz. Or whatever produces jizz.
Well, I can go over the jizz instruments if you prefer.
Dick.
No. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be able to pronounce most
What
of this.
flute-like instruments do they have?
Bass.
Do they insert it directly into their mouth?
Well, that's how flutes work.
No, you place your lips
You
on
place
the
it and
side
you blow,
of it,
yeah.
and you blow into it.
No,
you blow
that'll
into the
be,
shaft.
Green Ranger. He
No,
played the
but
flute too.
I don't know. I'm thinking of different. I mean, yes, still one where you're holding on to the side, but there's one where
There's a clarinet.
clarinet. That's what I'm thinking. Bass, viol, banfill, clack, beatbox,
The fuck? Wait, these are band names or instruments?
These are instruments.
Okay.
Dornian Beshnikel,
Fanfare. Sound like
Fanfare,
sex moves.
George
Alien.
Lucas,
Like the Texas Rodeo.
Gason's string drum, Jizz, which I guess is also a jizz instrument.
Okay.
I don't know.
Alabama
I'm going
power
off of,
cleaner.
just for FYI, I'm going off the StarWars.wikia.com.
This is official, right? I don't want this expanded universe bullshit.
Well, none of it's official now.
Oh.
The Nebraska Steamroller.
The Jizz Box, Clue Horn, which is probably the closest to a sex move that sounds on this. Oh, Peel Rod,
The peel rod.
Montana Microphone.
Slither Horn.
I'm gonna play some jizz with my peel rod.
Ooh.
This is getting dark here.
Oh god.
Gather your shit. Gather your shit, Zach.
I can't.
He cannot.
Second one from the bottom.
Wait, what?
Did
Oh,
you lose it?
the plume sounder and a slither horn.
Is that where Koploon's name came from?
I don't know.
Maybe that's what they named
okay,
him after.
So
They-
here are the bands.
Clown his
Okay.
plume.
Figrin Dan and the Modal Nodes, and the Max Rebo band, which I think are the two most like big ones. I'm pretty sure
they're
one of those
definitely
is
the most well-known out of the universe.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of those is the Cantina band specifically.
Okay, that's a
Um,
weird thing to know.
They have the Star Wars Cantina Band pop-up bar in LA right now.
Wait, here's my question. Like, this whole expanded universe bullshit. Like, somebody wrote like a story about these guys, like a book dedicated to like jizz bands.
I think people just started editing the Wikipedia page.
No, I mean the expanded universe got like ridiculous at times, but
Yeah, it really did.
Bolo Baker's All Bith Band, which seems like
That
unnecessary.
just sounds like someone said
It's a
some
lot of
normal shit with a
alliteration.
lisp.
Yeah, nice use of the word alliteration.
Thank you.
You went to high school.
I did.
Ever Orbus and his Galactic Jizz Whalers.
Oh.
Oh,
Hut, which I don't think counts, but
Hut?
whatever. Yeah, it just says Hut.
okay.
Figrin Dan 2 and the new modal nodes. which
These
seems
sound like
just-
alien sex tapes.
Yeah.
It's possible. The Susanals.
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't watch them.
Oh, by the
I'd be
way,
curious not to.
by the way, not only is there a form of music called jizz, there's also a subform or subgenre called, or no, sorry, there's another type of music form called jazz. Jatz. Was reminiscent of, or in some way similar to, jizz.
All right.
George Lucas.
George Lucas, thank you for that, sir.
I don't like it.
How's your Star Wars universe now, Rory?
If I was there, I would. I'm not gonna say that.
I'll say this: it made me very happy when they decided all expanded universe stuff is done. Like,
Yeah, because
get rid of that bullshit.
They just kind of like pick and choose.
Well,
what they
it
want now.
became like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it got really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Didn't Emperor Palpatine have like 20 clones or something?
Yeah,
It's like
he
you have
cloned
these Sith
himself.
and Jedi
He's
who
like-
could like destroy planets, and you're like,
Just-
come on.
Yeah.
Take it back to Marvel, back in the old days when, like fights didn't really mean anything. Thanos like lost a lot. But every time he lost, he was just like, that was just a clone of me, or he's just like, that's a robot. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's such a shitty like plot device.
Well,
It's
that
like,
was
how
in,
do we
like-
beat the big bad guy? We train. We finally beat him. It really wasn't him.
Well, yeah, but that was like 70s and 80s. So it's not.
It
It's
doesn't excuse anything.
That's why I can't do comics.
at least. Wait, when did Star Wars New Hope come out?
That was like 70s, late 70s, mid 70s. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Before our time.
But I know in that 70s show, Eric Foreman watches it for the first time.
It had to be like 78, I think.
I think so.
So Topher Grace, I think it was him that did a cut of all the new trilogy, like 1, 2, and 3,
Okay.
and he basically cut all those movies together into one cohesive movie.
Wait, Topher Grace cut them?
I'm pretty fucking sure.
Like
Zach,
he
you're on
went to
my
like
Wi-Fi. You
Video
double-check this.
Audacity to like.
Like it's on YouTube. Like he took all of the 3 movies and then just cut the important things that actually mattered.
Yeah.
And still kept like a coherent storyline, so that it's like an abbreviated version of
Oh yeah.
the new trilogy. Topher Grace Star Wars cut.
Yeah. So,
But here's what I'm gonna say. If you want to go back and watch the movies, don't watch those. You have to watch it in its entirety, and it'll make sense once I go over Phantom Menace.
Topher Grace wanted to learn how to edit films, so as an exercise, he took it upon himself to make a one-film cut with the footage from the three Star Wars prequels. And it's an 85-minute sci-fi adventure that is lean and mean, and it has been quite enjoyed by those who have seen it. So, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's like an abbreviated, like...
Wait, the prequel, like 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, it's like the cliff notes, all the good shit that you need, with all of the fluff and all the bullshit cut out.
So it's just the Darth Maul fight and then other stuff.
The best part, you mean?
Yes, I mean I'm agreeing with
There's
you.
some pretty good parts in Phantom Menace.
I think Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul on Tatooine is very underrated.
I think it's a little too overrated.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That particular fight?
Yes.
Don't you see all these?
It was good.
Don't you see all these notes he
Yeah,
has?
look at I have like 2 pages worth of notes. Not on this movie specifically. Let me start off.
Just about that fight.
Just for visualization purposes, he does have a small notebook from him that I would say is 5x3.
It's a little bit bigger than that. It's probably like an 8x5, I think.
You are very bad at measurements.
Well, who knows? So, I just like to start off.
It's about this.
Phantom Menace, I could see where George Lucas. He had some good ideas.
That's George's werewolf cousin.
Yeah.
That's his WoW character, the Worgen.
So, watching.
He's just a night walking around. George Lucas. He's got that transmog that gives him like a flame
say
sword.
that in Warcraft.
George Lucas and
That'd be
Oprah
awesome.
Winfrey.
Yeah, that'd be a cool movie. George Lucas and the power of the Wind Fury.
All right, what were we talking about?
So Phantom Menace, not that bad of a movie. Watching it, the lightsaber fight's still semi-ground in reality, right? There wasn't too much CG bullshit like the other movies.
What do you mean? Fucking Watto was all CG.
I'll get to him. But I'm saying, when I watched Clone Wars, it was like all CG. These fucking actors, like I'm pretty sure one guy walked through furniture at one point.
Really?
No, he didn't, but I just thought that'd be funny.
Oh, okay.
But there was a lot of like the actual sets and everything like that. But then, I don't know, I think George Lucas got too big for his britches and they said more CG. So...
I think it's just easier to, like, not build all of the set.
Yeah, but that's fucking lazy.
It's not lazy, it's cost.
Well, let me start this off. Movie starts out, and this was a pet peeve of mine, not only in this movie, but
Wait, are you going to get to this? Can I interrupt you and just say, are you going to rant about Jar Jar?
Not really.
Jar Jar Binks was his favorite character.
It'll make sense, maybe. So here's what pissed me off right off the bat, right? It already put me in a fucking badass mood. Starts off, and I don't know why they did this. They did the 20th Century Fox, right? You know that, like...
You're already angry at, like, the opening credits.
Well, here's why. Because they do that,
Is the lion out there? Is that why?
No, I don't mind that, because I like the...
The Lucasfilm thing?
Well, they don't do that right away. They do... Yeah, they do the thing, like the golden box thing. They do this, like, oh, this movie's approved for whatever. Then they do the 20th Century Fox thing again. Why double it up? Like I said, very minor thing, but it already going into this movie in a bad...
We're not even in Star Wars yet.
Well, I like when they do the Lucasfilm thing. They just need to get it, not, honey dick me with the first one and then fuck it up. So... Well, at the very beginning of the movie, I never noticed this. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon use, like, super fast speed to get away from droids, right?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
They, like, fast-forwarded. That's literally what it looks like.
Yeah. But then when they're down on the planet...
Never used it again.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
They could have done that. And the CG looks really bad at first.
But that opening scene paints them like such fucking badasses, though, and Qui-Gon just shoves it into the door, and he's like, oh, we're fucking getting in there, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so, I mean, that part was cool and stuff. I mean, even though the Trade Federation guys were, like, super racist.
Explain. Show your work.
Well, I don't want to sound racist myself. I think Zach knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they were...
Like...
They very clearly sounded like they were supposed to be, like stereotypical, like, Asian businessmen.
Yeah.
So, like, if you listen to the way they talk, and then go back 20 years and listen to old-time movies...
That is a traditional space fish man...
George Lucas.
He was racist, confirmed.
Yeah. George Lucas.
Space fishman dialect with...
yeah, do you want to talk about how racist Jar Jar Binks is?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
So anyway,
You can't argue against that.
Yeah.
at this point, I think they meet the queen, but you've seen Natalie Portman as the queen and her stunt double, and they don't look really that much
Do you
alike.
know who her stunt double is?
No.
Keira Knightley.
Really?
Wait, Keira Knightley, who was she in? She was the Pirates girl?
Yeah.
Really?
Not her stunt double.
The handmaiden?
Yeah, the double, essentially. Her handmaiden, who she disguises
no
as her, and, like, they do the switcheroo.
Is this before she blew up?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they actually
it'd
look similar.
It'd have to be, right? It'd have to be before she got famous.
Yeah, no, we weren't watching Phantom Menace and like, is that the fucking bitch from Pirates? Like,
well, I don't know.
Someone just offered her this. Hey, you want this small role as just like a stunt double?
She'd be like, yeah, why not? Well, I don't know. I just have a lot of respect for Matt Damon because he does shit like that, you know.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Well, I'm just saying, Keira Knightley, like, come on, like,
does he do
you're
that?
Not that hot.
Does he do that, or did you see one scene in Thor Ragnarok and like, oh, Matt Damon does stunt double stuff?
No, remember in Euro
He was
Trip
a stunt
2,
double in Thor Ragnarok?
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't a stunt double, but remember in the opening, Thor goes back to
Loki.
Asgard, and you see that play.
Uh-huh.
Matt Damon is Loki.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I think is it Liam Hemsworth is playing Thor?
No, it's like the third not handsome Hemsworth brother.
I feel like I would have remembered.
That's a rude way to talk about him.
I'm just saying, compared to his brothers, come on.
And then Odin was the Jurassic Park scientist guy, I think.
I think so.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, if you it was one of those like weird things that I don't know why any of them agreed to do it, but they did, and it's just great.
They just happened to be in that one particular block in LA that day.
Well,
But like I was saying, in Euro Trip, Matt Damon plays the singer also.
I'm just really happy that you also know Euro Trip.
Yeah.
I've never.
I think I've said this before. It's like
You would enjoy
once every 3 or 4 years, I just come home one day and I'm like, I need to watch Euro Trip again.
I haven't watched it since I was like 17.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I will say, so whoever the Hemsworth was, obviously Chris Hemsworth like asked him to do that. The Jurassic Park guy, it's because his two co-stars from Jurassic Park were in the movie.
That's what I'm saying, is that these people just happen to be there.
Well, no, I think his co-stars both like asked him, like, hey, could you come in here and do this?
Yeah, do you want to walk down to this lot because you're 30 feet that way?
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
But I don't know why Matt Damon did. Like,
because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just have like I can like picture the connections between people, and then Matt Damon's just like this weird outlier who's just like, hey guys, I wandered on the set. Can I do anything to help you?
Yeah, you need some help around here.
There's like Matt Damon here, and he's the center of like 1,000 Venn diagrams.
What, like 6-7 degrees of Matt Damon?
Yeah, that's a porno.
Oh,
hey.
Anyways.
Yeah, let's get back on topic now.
So R2-D2 almost wasn't, you know?
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, there was 3 other R units.
Arguably one of the best characters, if not the best.
R2-D2?
Yeah.
Well, they kind of fuck him up later, and I'll explain why. And what was that kid's name? Jake Lloyd?
Anakin?
Yeah.
I don't know. That
The actor.
Sounds right.
I think it's Jake Lloyd.
All I know is he grew up bad.
Well,
like, you know, when you're a kid,
he's like schizophrenic now.
Well, no. I mean, like when you're a kid, you're like way cuter, and
Yeah.
when you grow up, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, like you grew up normal, like you look like a adult.
Yeah.
He did not grow up.
He looks like a taller version of the same thing.
He looks like just an older child.
In all fairness to him,
he got bullied.
Oh yeah, he got bullied hard.
Yeah.
Because people were like, "Why'd you ruin Star Wars?"
Fair question.
Like Mark Hamill went to bat for him. Like Mark Hamill went to bat for him and said like the Star Wars fans like really upset me when they went after him because it's not his fault. He was just doing the job he was told to do.
That's true.
Yeah, his parents threw him into that.
Which
Go make money for us.
I have a rant about child actors later that I'll get into.
Let's save that for another episode.
It involves Star Wars. And Reddit.
It's just gonna get. This is gonna turn into just like destroying the Star Wars universe.
Well,
before Disney acquired it.
I'll just
An
say
hour from now, none of us like Star Wars anymore.
Well, I'll say that piece real quick, right? I was on the Star Wars subreddit earlier, and somebody posted a picture of the grown-up Boba Fett from Episode 2. And this guy was like, "Oh, this guy's so underappreciated. Look what he posted."
Jango Fett?
No. Like Boba Fett, like the kid who played Boba and grow up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were still talking about Star Wars universe.
He was at that Disneyland After Dark thing.
Was he?
Really?
Yeah.
Did you say hi?
No, he was.
Did you throw your girlfriend into him and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Can I touch you now?"
No. But they were there was this like thing called Jedi Masters. It was like learn how to like do Jedi moves.
Did they have a jizz band there?
No. Though I will say the DJ was like really good.
Okay.
But they had this like Jedi Masters thing, like learn how to use a lightsaber or something. And I thought
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
Well, here's the thing,
I'd
like
be so angry.
I thought it was gonna be like seeing like people who are like trained somehow with a lightsaber, seeing like cool fights. But no, it was one of those like interactive, like, okay, everyone do this, now do this. And then when the
that's for the kids, right?
Well, and any Star Wars fan who was there. So
okay.
But and then they had like the kid who played Boba Fett come on. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm suddenly like don't care because I know this isn't gonna be anything.
That's
like
when you left.
Well, that's why I knew. That's why I knew it wasn't gonna be like.
I'm gonna churro.
Well, that's when I knew it wasn't gonna be anything I was really interested in.
Yeah.
When they had the guy who never used a lightsaber in the films, like, let's have him show us how to use lightsaber. I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's because they could afford him.
So
it's Disney. What are you talking about?
But it's Disneyland at like
yeah,
you know.
Okay, that's fair.
So on this Reddit post, they're like, this guy's so underappreciated. Let's give him some love. And I was like, I had to comment. I usually don't comment on stuff. I'm like, underappreciated? What the fuck? Like, this kid was such a bad actor. I just ended up me bashing the movie for like a paragraph. And then I had to go back and edit. It's like, oh, by the way, like, what I meant is like, maybe he's a good actor, but he was given poor direction.
You had to go save it?
I'm gonna go find this subreddit, and then I'm gonna know what your username is. And
it's just my first and last name. I don't care.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, that's bad.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so Anakin speaks whatever Watto language. Chupa la verga, you know?
That is not...
That's how Watto speaks. And then Padme, what the fuck did I write here? She looked. Oh yeah.
But why is that weird? He grew up with him. He grew up on that planet. He would speak the local language of.
But Watto's the only one of his fucking mosquito people.
If you were raised by mosquito people, you would speak mosquito.
But Watto taught him that. It's not well, Watto was kind of a father figure to Anakin.
Well, I don't know if Watto,
even though he was his slave.
I don't think Watto necessarily taught him like, hey, here's. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to comment because I can't remember it. Because I don't remember if he used, like, the full language or if he just used, like, some words that Watto...
Here's the thing, though, is, like, in all of Star Wars, there's a bunch of different fucking alien races talking to each other.
Yeah.
And all of them understand each other perfectly. Well, they're
Well,
all speaking English, obviously, but that you would expect, like, they'd be having to translate.
It's like Mass Effect, you know?
Well, some people didn't speak
It's like
Wookiee,
Hitchhiker's
remember?
Guide, they have the Babel fish in their ear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone just inherently understands each other.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I don't question it.
Yeah.
I had
but like
when
you're talking to a million different species of alien on a planet, you're probably gonna run into an issue like, can someone translate, please? Like, they never have to.
Okay.
And now that you brought it up, it's like ruined the magic for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I never thought about it.
I'll probably ruin this movie for you, or you'll be really interested in seeing it if you can catch all the things I caught.
10 minutes in, I'll probably stop it.
Well, it's
as
worth
soon
a watch.
as they fucking fast forward through that spaceship.
Here's what happened though. Oh, I'll get to that, I guess. No, I'm gonna say it right now. Actually, they spent fucking the first hour 15 minutes on Tatooine and Naboo.
You timed it?
Yeah. I was like, this movie is so goddamn long. What's happening? I paused it. And I was like, motherfucker.
Oh, I thought it was like they landed on Tatooine. You're like timer.
Oh no, I mean it was
retroactively timing it. Okay.
Yeah. So they could have spent less time on that.
The other way wouldn't have surprised me, to be honest.
Well,
I don't know why. It just it fits.
Maybe. And then Padme, I noticed that Anakin's kind of attracted to her, and that Shmi Skywalker kind of looks like her. So I think
Shmi and Sheev.
That's why I think that Anakin, you know, they always say you're attracted to someone like your parent.
Yeah.
I think that's why he liked Padme.
I don't
like
they
that
usually
mean that?
All.
I think that usually means like personality wise.
Well, they look the same. That's what I took it as.
You look like my mom.
Mm-hmm. Go back and watch it. They look identical. Only she has a lot more wrinkles. And at this point that you see Darth Maul.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Sheev Skywalker, that's his aunt's name?
Shmi.
Oh, Shmi.
His mom is
That's
Shmi.
Mom.
But then I was thinking, like, wait, Shmi and Sheev.
Yeah, that's the same guy from, or the name of the guy from Peter Pan, I think.
Well, no,
Smee.
No, I thought this somehow made like Palpatine like even like worse. Like, oh yeah, Sheev Skywalker and Sheev Palpatine. I'm like, is Sheev a girl's name? Is that why Palpatine is so upset?
He's like, fuck this, I'm screwing the galaxy.
Okay, that's
identity crisis.
So
then suddenly it was like, well, okay, we understand him a bit more.
So this is the first time we see Darth Maul looking all badass, and I forgot that he actually talks.
He does. He only has a
Palpy.
few, I think less than 5 lines or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is why they kept Ray Park actually, because originally it was going to be Benicio del Toro as Darth Maul.
But the collector?
Yeah, okay. But he declined because there was so little talking parts that he'd basically just be standing around doing nothing.
What else does Benicio del Toro fucking do? Any movie he's been in, I feel like this guy is so full of himself.
What?
Yeah. I feel like The Collector...
Name a movie.
The Collector.
That's one movie that we've talked about every single episode.
Last Jedi.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But before that.
Exactly. That's my point. What else was he in? Why does he feel like he's too big for his britches?
I don't feel like he thinks that at all.
Oh, okay.
It's just something about his face that you don't like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, don't.
There was a Mexican standoff with eyes right there for anyone wondering.
So,
FYI, he says that because they're both Mexican.
I noticed that Watto has facial hair, but it's not fully grown in, or it is, and he shaves. And I just thought that was kind of interesting.
That's
just called character design.
Well,
there was. And this, I'm stealing this from College Humor because they talked about this too. There's
I'm not the only one.
Well, no, there's a point in the '90s where every CGI character had to have stubble.
Yeah, and he has.
It would be too smooth otherwise, probably.
Yeah,
so they couldn't add craggy skin or shit like that.
Yeah, so it was just one of those.
Or they all learned about how to do hair particles. And they were like, let's just fucking add hair to everything.
Yeah, and it was fucking, I don't know, that's tripping me out.
And then they tried to do the opposite with Superman and Justice League, and they didn't do a good job.
I haven't seen it. I'm curious.
Well, no, because they reversed facial hair.
Well, that's why I said the opposite.
Yeah, because adding it is way less.
Well, difficult. Yeah, because you're. And I saw people talking. I saw this article.
Wait, did he just refuse to shave his mustache?
Well, no, he was doing a different movie, and he had to have the mustache.
He was contractually obligated.
But then they did the reshoots.
Well, yeah, they do. They do a lot of movies will have contractual obligations, you're not allowed to change your hair or something.
You gotta gain 50 pounds and eat waffles every morning.
Shit.
I'll do that. Chris.
We're gonna pay you $50 million to do it.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
I'll do it for friggin' $100.
Chris Hemsworth had to keep, or Jon Snow had to he had to keep his hair that long for all those seasons because that's part of his contract.
Yeah.
And then when he finally cut his hair, people were like, oh, "This means he's not really coming back." And then they just cut the hair on his, spoilers for Game of Thrones. They cut the hair on his corpse, and that's how he has short hair now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Funny.
But.
Funny thing about Jon Snow, I love his character, but for some reason, anytime I see candid pictures of that guy, you look weird. Like a fucking tool. There's something about his face that's very punchable when he's not in Game of Thrones. When he's in Game of Thrones, I'm totally Jon Snow, on his team. But then as soon as I see him in the media, I'm like, I want to fucking punch you for some reason. I don't know why.
I want to see Jon Snow as a Gray Jedi.
No.
I had this idea where he would be
it's a dumb thing.
In a marijuana comedy.
Oh, why? Because George Lucas made it? Because it upsets your feelings about the Star Wars universe, Rory?
No, it's because it's just, you have random Jedi wandering around that are
It's dumb? Is that what you're going to say? It's dumb? Like a lot of the Star Wars universe?
Continue, Jose.
So, Shmi Skywalker...
Look at your phone more.
Inseminated by no one. And I didn't think about it, but Darth Vader is a literal bastard. I've never referred to him as a bastard, but he is one. He's not a dad. Watto, kinda. He's like a stepdad.
You're not wrong, but it's not
That's what I'm saying. I was watching this movie.
It was not immaculate conception. She got bent over by somebody.
Yeah.
That's a little rude. That's a little crass, Rory. I think we try and keep it a little more high bar in the show.
I'm trying to be as PG as I can here.
She had consensual sex in the missionary position for the sole purpose of recreation.
That is about as PG as you can get, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She liked it.
No, Rory, that's PG-13.
So, the next scene, Anakin's working on his pod racer. I noticed this little fucker. He reminds me of somebody, Greedo. I don't know if it's confirmed, but I think
it was a
Rodian, his Rodian buddy. Was that a Rodian? I think it's a Rodian.
Oh yeah. One of the little the little fucking
little kids. I'm assuming it's Greedo. That's where I'm taking. That's where I put it in the lore.
I mean, I don't think that's like a crazy thing. I think that's something George Lucas.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say Garrett. I don't know why.
So I'm thinking that's what happens. So Darth Vader's buddy Greedo gets killed by Han Solo. That's why he captures him. Empire Strikes Back later.
I blacked out what happened.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no, that's not accurate.
Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and say Darth Vader doesn't give a shit.
But they still could write that into the lore somewhere at some point.
They could,
maybe like a Greedo movie.
They could, but the way they've changed, they've added a bit of lore to Darth Vader. I don't think they'll change it.
Yeah, well,
because Darth Vader, both in the comics, quick shout out, anyone who hasn't read the Darth Vader comics by Marvel, go do that. They're very good.
Are they canon?
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
Really? And my favorite.
I thought there was only 3 books that were canon. Everything else was
everything done by Marvel, right? It's canon.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But
so it's since the acquisition. Okay.
Yeah.
But and probably my favorite scene, and one forms especially saying that Darth Vader does not give a shit if one of his old friends dies.
Yeah.
Is in the current incarnation of the book.
Okay.
Is you see Darth Vader meditating.
Okay.
And he flashes back to the fight with Obi-Wan during Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Or is it Return of the Sith?
Revenge
of the Sith?
Yes, sir.
And it flashes back to Obi-Wan being like, I have the high ground, Anakin.
Mm-hmm. He's like, fuck this. Stays low.
Well, and then the thing is Anakin's not remembering himself as Anakin. He's remembering himself as Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah,
and
I heard about this.
Maybe
from you, actually.
And then he uses the Force to,
pull him in.
Grab lava and, toss it at Obi-Wan, knocking him down, knocking him into the lava, and then watching his, friend burn up and die.
And that was a great
fight. And then... Well, because a lot of movies, if they expand on the bad guy, they try and make them kind of morally conflicted or something like that.
Yeah.
Remorseful in some way. And Darth Vader wasn't like that until the end. And they kept him that in this way where Anakin's I only regret not killing my friend. That's my only regret in life. Not everything that's happened since then. I'm pretty much fine with that.
So he's pretty much just pure evil.
Yeah. Because and if you see him, when you see him meditate, well, I guess this is more talk about his robot parts, but if you see him meditating, only part of his body is there.
Yeah.
The part of his body that he's lost are all blacked out.
Dang, okay.
So it's...
So he's like Grievous.
Kind of.
Him and Grievous are bros.
I don't know if Grievous ever meditated. But anyways, definitely check out the comics if you get the chance. They're really good.
Okay, I may do that.
Specifically the Darth Vader ones.
I probably won't.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, before the pod race, I realized this alien, Sebulba, he fucks.
God.
And it makes perfect sense, though.
I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
It'll make sense if you would have watched the movie like I asked you to. So, Sebulba's there, and he's a pretty fucking ugly-looking alien, right? But he's got these 2 Twi'lek hotties next to him, and they're
well, they're there for the
rubbing
money.
him down. Well, still...
If you're a big spender in Vegas...
Exactly.
At a strip club...
So you're telling me Sebulba's not fucking these 2 aliens?
Oh, he probably is.
Yeah.
But the Twi'leks in, George Lucas's...
Do you want to fuck those Twi'leks?
They just look blue ladies.
The Twi'leks are like the Asari, right? They're just they're basically human except with the additional head thing and different skin color.
I don't like the head thing.
Well, that's fair.
I'm just gonna say it.
I mean, that's an acceptable choice to make.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I was just saying, this little alien dude, he's...
Well, I mean,
big shot.
Well, George Lucas also had this weird
fascination with women.
Well, no, not that. It's just that the Twi'leks were definitely his stand-in for because I assume George Lucas grew up watching a lot of Star Trek or watched a lot of Star Trek because clearly that's his sexy green alien woman.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's fair.
In the Star Wars movies, that's kind of all the Twi'leks are. It's just here's an attractive alien woman. What'd she do? Well, nothing really.
Enough, there's a chubby Twi'lek in Attack of the Clones, which I was like, huh.
Is that the male guy?
No, it was just one in a nightclub.
Isn't Palpatine's the blue dude? No, not Palpatine. Jabba's right hand guy.
Bib Fortuna.
Isn't he a male Twi'lek?
No, I don't think
so. Is it
so.
Twi'lek or Twi'lek?
Twi'lek. That's how I always said it.
I think
that's how I say it too.
I think Twi'lek is too close to Twilight in the episodes.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, but I think he's a different alien.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
So
because he's got like the thing wrapped around the like worm thing almost wrapped around his head, but Twi'lek specifically just have
he's got like a bump.
But what if males have like a longer thing, so they have to
as
make
someone
it into
as
a
someone
scarf?
who's played Star Wars the Old Republic, no, that's not how it works.
I have played that too.
And they and Twi'leks don't have that.
I would just tie them.
Whatever.
So, at the pod races, Jabba the Hutt's there, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't catch this ever until I saw it this past week. He's got a little mini Jabba the Hutt with him too.
That's his kid.
Maybe that's
That's what I'm thinking. Jabba Jr.
fucks.
Maybe the kid is Jabba the Hutt.
No, I don't think. I think those are asexuals. I think he just slugged him out, and there he was.
I can't remember how.
He slugged him out.
Well, he said Jabba's asexual.
Yeah.
Or asexually reproduces.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking because I don't see another Jabba. Lady.
I don't know. There's
they all look the same. What if you can't tell?
Maybe that was his wife. I don't know. I assumed it was his son because that was less weird.
Yeah. Well, or maybe the son is Jabba.
Well, I was telling my late wife. It reminded me of how Kim Jong Un and Kim Jong Il are.
Well, no, that's different because Kim Jong Un specifically gained weight and changed his appearance to look more like his dad.
Yeah.
Well, that just makes him fucking weirder now.
Yeah. Well, because he wants to look like him, so that all the people who revered his dad as God will look at him and be like, yes, he's just like the one who died beforehand.
Is that confirmed?
That's what.
Or is this like a Reddit conspiracy?
This is what my associates at my mostly Korean company have told me.
Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
But
interesting indeed.
I can't confirm or deny.
I'm gonna take their word for it.
I do like how
I want you to go to work and ask them
sources.
Yeah, like cite your sources.
I think their source is gonna be Korean news, and then I'll have
I feel like that's not the right place to get that information. It's like reverse propaganda.
Anyways,
is that just propaganda actually?
So Warwick Davis was in this movie.
Yes.
He was kind of dancing around, being all midgety with somebody.
Okay,
who was he?
Warwick Davis?
No, I know who that is. I mean, who was he in Star Wars?
He didn't.
He's
he was
R2D2.
with
in
Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I think he was next to Jabba, and he had a really bad.
So he was just hanging out.
Yeah, he was just there. I'm like, that is Warwick Davis. And then
you mean Willow?
Huh?
Willow
who?
He was Willow.
Willow from Buffy?
I hate both of you.
And then, we have Jawas. They always yell, Houdini! What the fuck does this mean?
Houdini.
They always say it.
You can't see me now.
They're not John Cena.
But I think they were... Oh, actually, I remember now. They yelled that as the pod racers were going by.
I specifically remember that.
Yeah, I think that's their would be. What the fuck, man?
Here's my assumption. George Lucas is a bad writer.
I don't disagree with you.
Someone make up an alien word. Houdini.
But I like it. I'm not saying that I don't. This is what I noticed right after Anakin wins the pod race. The Greedo goes for a high five. And these two child actors, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Leaves them hanging.
Yeah.
Greedo?
Yeah.
Greedo.
Well, this is the thing I'm assuming is Greedo. It might not be.
Greedo is the alien that may or may not have shot first.
Well, that's my theory.
Are you talking about... So...
Not Sebulba.
Yeah, he's talking about... Well, he's talking...
The Rhodian kid.
Well, Sebulba's dead by the end of the pod race, so it's not
No, he's still alive.
No, I thought he crashed.
He does, but his little ship is still good.
He's a very durable alien.
Oh, no, there's the other alien with the two kids who died.
Yeah.
That's dark.
Yeah. It was one of those weird, choices. His family is here with his wife who just got out of the hospital giving birth to his second son. And then he crashes mid-flight, and you see the kids.
The pod racing game in the arcades back in the day, that was the fucking best racing game.
I played the N64 one, and I like that one.
So
because you don't have the levers to actually steer like that. It was so fucking cool.
I have a super quick question.
Yes.
Are you going to be reviewing all the Star Wars episodes tonight?
Oh, the other ones are a lot quicker than this one. This one was the one I got most in depth with.
Because you started strong on episode 1, and you probably were like, God, I have to watch how many now?
Oh, because the other ones were awful. But and then the guy you were talking about, Bib Fortuna, Jabba's right-hand man, clearly doesn't look the same as he does in the older movies.
Well...
And that kind of pissed me off.
Is it more CG? Is that why?
It just looked like a really bad costume.
Oh, okay.
So wasn't good about that. What the fuck? Oh yeah, the Queen, this is way later in the movie now, because they're finally off this stupid fucking planet, does this pod racing bullshit. I'm going to skip the Darth Maul Qui-Gon fight. That happened. They're down on Naboo, and... Oh, here's what I was thinking, too. Padme, she's posing as, like, the slave, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one gave her a fucking black eye. Like, she's suggesting all these things. Like, why didn't Qui-Gon say, shut up, bitch, just slap her? Like, you're a slave. You don't get to make decisions.
I don't know what you think a Jedi is.
Qui-Gon, he fucking knows.
I don't know.
I don't think you... I think
Maybe
you
she wasn't a slave. I think she's a handmaiden.
Yeah, she's a handmaiden.
Well, what's the difference?
Also, Qui-Gon would be the last fucking character in the entire universe.
Well, he did kind of go against some 13-year-old girl.
Well,
I don't know.
I assume everyone on that ship is...
Yeah.
Or everyone who's usually on that ship is aware of who Padme actually is.
Maybe.
I assume, like, the captain knows. I assume all the other handmaidens
That's
know.
too many people. You can't let those people know.
And here's my thing, too. I was wondering...
That's probably true, yeah.
Padme, the handmaiden, reveals she's like, I'm actually the queen. I was wondering, when this movie came out, did anyone go like, oh, holy shit? Because I was like, that was a stupid reveal. I don't like that.
I don't...
When did she say it again? I don't remember.
I was like 13, so no, probably not.
I don't know. They were back on Naboo. Like, I lost how much time went between these two scenes.
He blacked out.
Let's see, what else happened in this movie? Oh, yeah. And I was wondering, I was like, at this point, is Anakin Qui-Gon's slave? And this will make sense, because the whole movie...
No, he specifically bought his freedom.
Well...
And then...
It's his life debt?
Well, here's what happens. Qui-Gon's like, hey, I'm going to raise this kid as a Jedi. And the Jedi Council's like, the fuck you are? You're not...
Okay, stop giggling.
You're not...
Make your point.
I'm trying to.
Oh, God.
And Qui-Gon's like, alright, well, we're going back to Naboo to fight. Oh, yeah, they were in Coruscant at this point. So they go back to Naboo, and he still brings Anakin with him in his fucking slave clothes. So, I'm only assuming Anakin's still a slave.
No, it's because Qui-Gon just said...
Traditional Jedi garb.
Well, no, the things he's wearing on Tatooine, he's still wearing.
Yeah, he wears the same outfit the entire movie.
Yeah.
But, no, because Qui-Gon is just being like, hey guys, I found this kid, I'm gonna raise him as a Jedi. And the Jedi Council's like, no, you can't do that. He's like, I think I can. See you later.
Yeah.
And then he just decides he's gonna do it.
So
I get where you're coming from.
Yes, thank you.
But
well, presumably Anakin wants to be like trained to be a Jedi.
It's a costume design decision.
Yeah, a poor one.
You know what else is a poor decision? Midichlorians.
That was a very poor decision.
I'm glad they got away with those.
George Lucas.
Or they did away with them, rather.
So...
George Lucas.
We're back
Space
on the
magic.
war in Naboo.
Space germs.
At this point, Qui-Gon's dead. He got snuffed, and then Obi-Wan jumps over Darth Maul very slowly, might I add. Darth Maul could have just swung up and got him.
Oh yeah,
but he didn't.
Because Obi-Wan jumps over him. Darth Maul's like, "Ooh, look at that."
Yeah.
A nice flip.
So anyway, that was my recap of Phantom Menace.
There was a whole section that you completely missed.
Yeah.
Well, I only took away the important parts.
You were giggling about slave clothes for an hour.
Well,
yeah. There's I will say that like my big takeaway from Phantom Menace was always that like final fight, because that was and I talked about this.
Duel of Fates, that song.
Well, I talked about this when we originally talked about Star Wars before. Is that the Phantom Menace, the final like lightsaber fight, is what delivered on that promise of what lightsaber fights could be.
But it wasn't too over the top, which I liked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But see, back then it was amazing. And now when you look at it and you really kind of pick it apart,
it's still not bad.
It doesn't hold up as well.
Yeah.
Well,
because they're not swinging at each other.
If you go back to 1999, right? Mm-hmm. And you've only seen the like 3 original movies, and then you get to the end of Phantom Menace and you see like this flipping shit going on, you're like, holy shit, lightsaber fights are amazing.
But also
now
it's kind of like back then martial arts were still like mystical and shit like that.
Yeah.
And now it's like fucking everyone's into MMA, everyone does something.
No, it wasn't it wasn't mystical. You just had to be a teen with attitude, and you learned it after school. It's a Power Rangers reference.
Oh yeah. Oh. I was like, I'm remembering that from something.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, those teens with attitude and Power Rangers, they all knew.
I just needed attitude all along. That's all.
Yeah, that's right. I knew you in high school. Neither of us had attitude.
No, we did not.
That's why we sat alone. And joined the anime club.
I did not join the anime club.
You're right, that was just me.
Jeez.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh! At lunch.
Back when the rules were simple.
I mean, they're still pretty... Well, no, they're not.
I still remember, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! At lunch like freshman year or sophomore year. And I remember coming back from summer, I think, like June.
And everyone was just over Yu-Gi-Oh!
And then like I remember walking to that hallway. I'm like, where the fuck did everyone go? And no one's playing. Everyone's like on basketball teams. And I'm like, when the fuck did you all stop being nerdy? Did I miss the memo?
Do you remember that guy who had like all the Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and like was accused of like stealing other people's cards?
No.
No, there's just like one kid at school who was when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like really his like apex. That was accused of like stealing other people's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
I really don't remember that.
Well, I don't know. That just popped in my head. Anyways.
So I'm gonna do a quick recap of Attack of the Clones. This is a lot quicker, like I said. Phantom Menace.
Is it just the last fight scene?
No, it's a little bit more. But if you guys want to stop me at any point to question why I had this line of thinking, then you can.
Does it involve sand?
I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna get ready. It's just rapid fire questioning here.
So there was CG Yoda. Didn't like that, right? And the next scene, Padme's hair. Well, it just looked like shit. They used a puppet the first movie, then they're like, nah, let's reel this back and do CGI.
It was a weird choice, especially considering now that at the end of Last Jedi, they specifically use Puppet Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean they used Puppet Yoda in Episode 4?
He was in Episode 4. He's Episode 5.
Are you talking... Okay, clarify what you're talking about.
You passed the test. But are you saying that they used Puppet then, and then they did CG in Episode 2?
Correct.
Because everything was in CG.
That doesn't, like, make it better.
Yeah.
But it would have
And again, someone walked through furniture.
They would have some dude under a table with, like, a fucking Yoda handhold puppet.
Yeah, they could have done it.
Guy's hand
he got more like a green
Excuse me, I believe you just said everything was CGI. I think they could have handled it. They could have had a guy walking behind Puppet Yoda, carrying his strings and just wearing a full green suit.
Yeah, like those birds.
and technically they could have just covered it up because, as you just said, everything was CGI.
Damn. Then Padme's hair bothered me. For whatever reason, her hair looked like Brillo. It was very strange because in the next scene it's very straight. I'm like, what happened to the hair texture?
Are you talking about when she has her headdress?
Yeah.
Hairstyles are a thing. People change.
No, but like her hair changed, like how my hair is now. Imagine if my hair just became straight and went down.
Well,
for no explanation.
I don't know.
It's called a Brazilian blowout.
I didn't like it. Miguel
That's the
Prado
technology
makes
they
an appearance here.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far
very advanced hair technology.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I write here? Oh yeah, Hayden Christensen looks very young. I don't know how far this movie and Jumper were filmed apart, but I feel like he was a much better actor in Jumper than he was in this movie.
Also, I think the writing was probably just generally better.
Yeah, maybe. Because he was given bad direction this movie, man. I didn't appreciate it. And there's green screens everywhere.
And Jumper was not a good movie either.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I don't agree.
I think Samuel L. Jackson was in it.
He was.
Yeah.
He was a Templar.
Oh, that's right, yeah. You should go back and watch it. It's good. What? Oh. So, there's a clone army, right?
Yes.
And here's what confused me about this movie.
That is the point of the movie, yes.
Well,
there's a clone army.
Obi-Wan goes to Kamino to go check this out, and he just accepts, like, they made an army. Okay, we'll use it. There was no other question. That's like if someone gave Zach, I don't know, a Bentley, and Zach's like, I guess I'll drive it then. And not question where it came from.
Well, probably one question where it came from. Like, cool, thanks.
I don't know, that threw me off.
You didn't have a Bentley, and then now you do have a Bentley, and they're like, it's yours. Why would you not drive it?
Because are you wondering, like, what if it's I don't know. Maybe I thought too much on that, but I was like, I don't like this. I don't like where that's going.
Mind thinking people are scheming against you.
Maybe. Obi-Wan's addicted to chopping people's arms off.
That is true, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of...
Because in the bar, he just has no problem fucking chopping that one dude, the Death Sticks dude's arm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Death Stick guy?
No,
it's someone else who tries to pull a pistol on him.
Yeah, that was from New Hope. And this one, the lady, he chops her arm off.
It wasn't a New Hope.
Yeah, in New Hope, he chops off the guy with, like, the butt
No,
chin.
it might have been episode 3 when Anakin is in the bar. It's one of the newer ones.
In the bar in episode 3.
I remember the death stick guy, but I don't remember the scene. And the
death stick talking about the clones because it's a purple neck clone.
Yeah, the death stick guy. He just says
he just hacks off some.
No, he doesn't. He just says you don't want to sell death sticks anymore. He's like, I don't want to sell death sticks. And then you want to rethink your life. I want to rethink my life. And the guy leaves.
I know. Was it the bounty hunter?
I don't.
Yeah.
She pulls the gun and then
she tries to
yanks her hand off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some stuff happens in the movie. I'm gonna jump ahead to Camino again.
Okay.
Boba Fett, the little kid. I feel like Jedi are kind of like space police almost, right? He pretty much assaulted a cop. Because he uses really the slave one to shoot at Obi-Wan. Like, that's a capital offense, I bet.
They're not space police. Because, like, think of how many Jedi there are in the galaxy compared to the population of the galaxy. It's like 1 in, like, 100,000.
Okay.
Or some crazy shit like that. So there's actual police. But the Jedi are just like, no, fuck everybody. We're going to do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm. Well, it surprised me that
pretty
the
much
kid
they're
did
like
that.
a public menace.
The Jedi? Or Boba?
Both.
Okay,
it's a gang war.
I won't disagree with that. And then, oh god, this made me angry. And Anakin used the Force in such a lame ass way. He takes like, you think the Force is badass? Like, I want that bottle of wine. Whoop, it's in my hand now, right?
You would abuse so much power.
I would.
Well,
and Anakin,
that was never a question though.
Anakin uses it to like slowly get fruit towards him and like cut it up all gently towards Padme.
We never see any sort of like Jedi telekinesis aside from push.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, look what they can do here.
That's what I'm saying. It looks so lame ass. I was like, if there's any way to turn me off from the Force, this was it. You know?
If he can do that, why can't he just like use his lightsaber, turn it on, and just fucking like force fling it around himself?
That's what I'm saying. And he has a nightmare and he wants to go see his mom on Tatooine. Meets up with his old, buddy Watto.
Buddy, that's the
his stepdad Watto.
What Watto says is that he sold Shmi.
Right.
Yeah.
So this guy not only bought her as a slave, but married her. So it's like he bought a bride.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, I remember this.
No, he married her off.
No.
Was that it?
No, the guy like bought her specifically to like free her.
To marry her.
Yeah.
Like Russian mail order.
Sure. I wouldn't say that, but okay.
That's close.
Yeah.
It's not quite there.
So like that's perverted. I don't like that. Then he hates sand people and kills them all. And it made me think, like, because he specifically states that he hates them. I wonder if, as Darth Vader, he ever went back and like remembered and like for old time's sake, he goes back to Tatooine.
That whole scene was important because that's when you see like his eyes change or whatever.
Oh really?
Yeah, because like you can see like it.
Did you pay attention to this movie, Jose?
Well, I didn't think that part was too important.
Yeah, the part where he actually transforms into Darth Vader is not that important.
I was too busy thinking that he goes back like a pervert to kill sand people every so often.
I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a perverted. So, continuing on. I want them to stop trying to make the droids heroes. Like,
what do you mean?
R2-D2 starts flying around and shit and starts zapping
They're
people.
comedic, like, relief. That's really it. But
yeah,
they are too important.
Yeah.
And it's like, they just happen to be good at, like, fucking anything that they do.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
I mean...
And C-3PO moves around kind of more human than I would want him to.
It's because they needed to sell toys.
Yeah.
They have to plug those.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't like it, though. And I already explained me questioning the army. I didn't like that. Somehow Natalie Portman in the arena scene, I'm skipping ahead a lot.
That scene got me through puberty.
Her outfit was ghostly white, and there's fucking dirt everywhere. Right? She's rolling around, and she never gets dirty.
Oh, she gets dirty.
Well,
okay, calm down.
Not her clothes, and I was not happy about that. Then, what was this?
It just so happens to show her midriff too,
Yeah, because the tiger rat thing tore it off.
Yeah, it didn't disembowel her. It just happened to just
neatly it became rip a crop off top.
Haven't you guys ever fought tigers before? That's how it works.
Every Tuesday.
I guess the tiger rats, yeah. Then Dooku offers everybody to surrender, which I thought was kind of strange because he's a Sith Lord, and he's like, yeah, you guys can give up. Why don't you just kill him? He would have won.
Because
plot.
Didn't he want Anakin specifically to bring him to Palpatine?
Did he at that point?
Because wasn't Palpatine already had his like claws in him?
Yeah, kind of. I guess.
Slowly turning Anakin because the third movie starts off with Palpatine. Oh no, Palpatine's been kidnapped and Count Dooku has him, and then, but that Palpatine was.
Just maybe they thought they're going to be like a threesome, but it was just a rule of two.
Well, it was. Well, yeah, because all the Sith are like stupid.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you want me to get someone else, Master? Well, what about the rule of two? No, you're right. It's probably not important for me to worry about.
So they get saved now, right, by all the clone troopers.
Yes.
But this made me wonder, like, before this fucking army, what was their line of defense? They just didn't have an army before?
Well, they had the Republic Army.
What Republic?
But now they have like expendable soldiers. They can clone in labs.
I wouldn't say
it takes a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say expendable, but now the Jedi specifically have a force because the clone troopers were specifically like for the Jedi.
Yeah,
because the guy went and like found them.
Damn, I
Master Cypher-Diaz.
Okay. I was hoping this wouldn't make much sense.
That was an amazing poll if that's accurate.
It is.
That's fantastic.
Look it up. Fact check it.
I'm just gonna trust you, and I respect you so
Master
much now.
Cypher-Diaz.
So,
are you saying that just because that long neck girl said it in a very weird way?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why it's stuck with me.
Like symbiote will be the only thing I remember from the trailer.
No one knows why I said that, but if there's one person listening, they'll hate it so much.
Okay, so third movie.
Wait, I'm almost done here. Okay. With the Geonosians, they look like bugs, right? They created the Death Star, and I realized the Death Star's not a Death Star. It looks like a hive.
I like how a fucking bug planet makes the most advanced space thing in the galaxy.
They were smart.
I wish the Death Star was just like a giant beehive.
It kind of is.
Yeah. See?
It isn't.
I said kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
For people.
Yeah.
But I wanted them to make it for bugs and be like, why do you not like it?
They probably could have had it, but
is this not to your standards?
Well, wait, define what do you mean? You want to be a giant beehive for like bugs, or you want
for
to
the
be...
Geonosians?
Okay.
Like they make it like it's fine
just for them.
Yeah, it looks.
I guess that's technically they make sure they're employed.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're the only ones who can use it. Sorry. guess it's time for us to renegotiate that union contract, isn't it?
No one else has 15 years of bug engineering? Just me. Interesting.
Well, I think they're specifically weapons makers.
The Geonosians?
I think so.
That makes sense.
Because bug weapons are the strongest weapons, apparently.
I mean, it's just like shorthand. It's
bug
like,
physics.
That's all it is. I mean, it's like, why is any like race advanced in anything? It's just like, oh yeah, our race, all we did was make weapons. We didn't really think about agriculture or anything. We just kind of wanted to make stuff to kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's
make Geonosis great again.
I believe I started off this whole talk by saying George Lucas is dumb.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of dumb, Yoda, and I'll tell you why.
Whoa.
Well, firstly, Obi-Wan says, I can't take Dooku by myself. We need to take him together to Anakin. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously if Obi-Wan knew he wasn't strong enough, Yoda knew he wasn't strong enough, but he let Obi-Wan and Anakin go get their asses beat.
What do you mean Yoda knew who wasn't strong enough?
Obi-Wan and Anakin to fight Dooku.
Because Yoda didn't kill Dooku.
Well, Yoda let them go get their asses kicked, and then he comes in later like, yeah, I knew where you guys were. Like, he could have just gone there first. And they could have, like, triple teamed him.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Was it episode 2 that it was Dooku versus Yoda, and Yoda went like all fucking Kung Fu Monkey?
Yeah.
Okay, so that happened. So obviously Yoda could not beat Dooku, right?
Well, what I'm saying is
because Anakin was like in the way, and he had to save Anakin. And Dooku used the opportunity to get away.
Okay, but I mean, Dooku put up a good fucking fight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's the only way he got away was because he put someone else in danger, and Yoda had to. Take
but also, it is. I'm not sure if it's actually canon anymore, but technically, Obi-Wan is technically like the best swordsman of all the Jedi. Of course, that's like EU.
No, I think Mace Windu is.
That's EU. No, he's like the. Actually, maybe you might be right. Actually,
I think Mace Windu is supposed to be the strongest.
Even though they showed him like the worst fucking swordsman in the movies.
Well, that's Samuel Jackson's fault.
No, that's the choreographer's fault for letting him fucking do that shit.
Well,
but he's like top 5 of like the entire Jedi Order at the very least.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, Mace Windu is the strongest in terms of like straight hand-to-hand combat. Like Mace Windu is the strongest, and I think Yoda's strongest force-wise. But
something like that.
And Qui-Gon was supposed to be like the strong median between them.
Yeah.
If at least based on how Obi-Wan described him in Episode 1. But Jose, you made a strategic error in how you approach these movies.
How's that?
Well, you didn't see Clone Wars, the animated TV series.
I did not. I didn't want to bring that the TV shows into the discussion.
I did not want to watch Clone Wars, and I was bored like one summer, I guess, and I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Are these old?
2 or 3 episodes in, and I was fucking hooked. Which binged all of it.
The straight animated or CGI?
The CGI. I never did the animated one, like the 2D one.
Because the
CGI one is great.
I will say, I know the animated one specifically talks about why Grievous is coughing so much, and
Space AIDS.
No, it's because Mace Windu crushed his chest cavity. Because
why can't they repair that?
So
I don't be Star
George
Wars.
Lucas had a cold
George Lucas
when he
is a
wrote
dumb
the
writer. I don't know, but in the scene where Grievous is kidnapping, I'm using air quotes because people can't see me on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But in that scene where Grievous kidnaps him, he's kind of fighting off Windu, and as they get like Palpatine in their little like getaway ship,
yeah,
Grievous, I think he like knocks back Windu, and Windu like reaches out with the Force and like crushes his like chest cavity as the door to the ship is like closing. And so that's why when you see him in the movie, he's like coughing so much, because I think in the 2D cartoon he'd never coughed, and then the cartoon ended with like that was one of the final scenes.
I always thought like the whole thing was that he was just like terminally ill, so that's why he like built this suit for himself.
No,
but he was like so ill that like he was almost dying.
If I recall correctly, that's not. I mean,
that might
that's
have
not
been
a suit. That's not a suit. That's like. Did you ever see RoboCop?
He's basically a mini Gundam.
Well, did you ever see RoboCop?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene in the movie where he's like, "Oh, I can't feel my legs," and then they start peeling apart all the robot parts, and it's like just a hand, his heart, and his brain are basically left.
You ain't got no legs, Bubba.
That's basically what Grievous is. And
like a cyborg. Almost.
He's basically just like a nervous system in a suit.
Yeah, he's like 90% robot.
Which is why he shouldn't be coughing.
Yeah, well, Star Wars is dumb. But side note, in RoboCop, I saw the intro to RoboCop and I saw that guy's injuries. They didn't need to take away that much. They clearly just kept going.
I want to see this now. like fuck it, dude. We can do this.
like there's a car bomb and the guy gets like blown back.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh, we have to repair and make him stronger.
He's a little bloodied up,
Well, yeah, it's like you can tell like he's like messed up some serious like surface injuries. I'm sure there are lots of like internal organs that are like really damaged. And then like literally take away like all the parts, and it's just like not even his entire like head. It's just like his face, his brain cavity, and then veins to his heart and one hand. And I'm like, no, I feel like I'm pretty sure you could have saved a lot more than that. You just chose not to. Gary Oldman, that asshole.
He was RoboCop?
No, he was the guy who made RoboCop.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, that was my side note about RoboCop and why Gary Oldman's a monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, that's why Grievous does that thing, but maybe you can do a podcast on that later.
Yeah, maybe sometime.
It is a very good series.
Okay.
RoboCop?
No, the Clone Wars, both the series.
Oh. I would suggest the CGI one. It's really good.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix, isn't it?
It used to be. I don't know if it still is.
And if you can, check out Rebels, because that does bring Ahsoka back into the picture.
I never got into Rebels.
Go to season 3.
Why would I skip 2 seasons?
Because that's when Ahsoka comes back and Darth Vader becomes
I could just watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, but you wouldn't see the Darth Maul sub-story.
I could watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, you see... spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. You see Darth Maul fight Obi-Wan again.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and then Obi-Wan, he tries to pull the same Qui-Gon like double fist to the
his
nose.
Obi-Wan's just like, nope.
He backs up and just cuts right through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, why didn't fucking Qui-Gon do that shit? Come on.
Qui-Gon sucks.
Because
in the choreography, he has his hands up like this, and he's like, I'm waiting for it. There you go.
Like
they didn't sell it very well.
Well, also because
not like wrestling where they sell perfect.
Well,
yeah, totally.
Also because in theory, Obi-Wan has had time to like sit down and reflect and play through that battle in his head.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I didn't say it was.
You train against that move.
I didn't say it was
years
a
and
smart
years
reason.
and years.
Well, he technically is also probably fighting sand people who probably have similar movesets, considering they also use
that
sand
is
weapons.
Racist.
Also, Obi-Wan also dumb for hanging around Anakin so much. Or not Anakin, Luke. Because you would think there being a Jedi right next to someone you're trying to keep hidden. I don't know. Luke, it seems like he wasted all of his good ideas on Leia. And they're like, hey, what about the boy? He's like, oh shit, there's two of them, isn't there? Anyways, third movie, go.
So, the other one I watched is Empire Strikes Back. I'm going to say...
You skipped a
I'm
lot.
going to say what Robert... What was this guy's name? The movie critics?
Robert Nigel.
Yeah.
Robert Ebert.
Fucking masterpiece. That's all that needs to be said about that movie.
I don't know what's going on right now.
I got to The Last Jedi. I watched about half of it. I watched it pretty much up to the point where there's the sea cows. I'm assuming they're cows. If not cows, then those are 4 dicks that thing has.
So I understand.
4 breasts.
I understand that he's on that island and he has to survive.
Act 2.
So Act 2. So he has to like find the local wildlife and live off of it. Yeah. But they didn't need to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just Rain Johnson being like a weirdo.
We're just gonna show him walk up to this really weird sea cow, grab a nipple, and just fucking milk it right in. Oh, it could have been.
Yeah.
We don't know their anatomy.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you don't know.
Basically, just space jazzed into his mouth.
Yeah, that's all we'll call it.
We didn't need it. It was just wasted time, I think.
Yeah, and
they could have shown it in other ways.
I've been told I'm too harsh on this movie, but god damn, I could not get through this movie. Like, Attack of the Clones, yeah, it was a really bad movie, but you know what? I put it on the next night. I watched it as a 2-part movie night. This one, I might go back. I don't know.
So, I think it was you that said it. It might have been Kristen, or maybe you. But the first time, it was kind of like...
excuse me?
It's kind of...
His late wife?
I said her name. I didn't have to say Kristen.
We only refer to her as his late wife.
Okay, whatever.
Out of respect.
I lost my train of thought now. God damn it. Continue. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Well, that's all I really wrote down for that movie, so I'll go back to Empire Strikes Back. I was thinking, looking at the TIE Fighters, they're kind of an impractical ship. I didn't like that.
They're for space.
Well, but you can only see forward.
All spaceships are for space.
Because the TIE Fighters have, like, the window, like, the blinders on the side.
Right.
So you can only see this way.
Well, in theory, they have things called radars that tell them where other things are.
Yeah, but
what
you're
do you
not
like
looking
to look
at
around?
Radar. You're trying to, like, look around, like, fighter pilot style.
Yeah.
See, you're actually so mad now like I am?
Yeah,
now that you've actually brought it up, it does bother me.
Yeah, when you look at them trying to aim at stuff, they're always waiting for the targeting reticule to actually aim.
But no, I mean, if you're in flight and you're like, what's to my right? A fucking wing. What's to my left? A fucking wing.
Well, they can't even look because this is the wall right here. Their window is like this.
So how do you think planes work? Because they don't have like all around.
But they're not fighting people.
Pilots, the cockpit is fucking see-through. They can look like this.
Oh no, I was talking about regular planes.
They're not fighting anybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
God damn it, Zach.
Yeah. So this bothered me the rest of the fucking series, right?
Now it bothers me.
Poor design choice.
So I guess the X-Wing is the superior ship.
Yeah.
Explains why the Rebels always won.
Also, episode 7, when the X-Wings come in, they like just glide right over the water.
Yeah.
Best scene out of the entire Star Wars franchise, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It was fucking beautiful.
Then Luke scratches Chewie when he's leaving Hoth.
Did he become a zombie?
Well, he
I
scratches
just
him
finished
like,
iZombie last
see
night,
ya,
so
instead of
that's
like
why I
giving
said
him a hug, he scratches him like he's a pet, and I thought that was kind of rude.
Yeah. Yeah, Chewie gets shit on. I mean,
He's a fucking person too. He helped blow up the Death Star.
You just go up to somebody and just fucking pet them real quick.
Yeah, Jesus
Christ. That makes sense.
First he didn't get a medal in the original trilogy, and now he's being pet like a pet. It's messed up. I mean, he can wear a bandolier. I assume he can understand handshakes.
You should get Hank a bandolier. Just a permanent one.
A bandolier?
Yeah.
That's the thing with like pouches.
It's like the little sling that Chewie wears with like the bullets and
shit.
shit.
Oh, well, I got the Chewbacca harness for him.
But I mean, he needs like a permanent bandolier.
He would just bite the shit out of it.
Oh, okay.
Because I put the leash on him and he wants to walk himself.
Yeah, you see how Chewie doesn't bite the shit out of his bandolier? That's how you know he's not a pet.
Alright, that's fair. I just thought it was kind of rude. What if I came to you and just started scratching your head like, hey, bud?
What about Ewoks? What if you scratch Ewoks, like behind the ear? What if they really like it?
Well, Ewoks eat people.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
we know they were trying to eat people. We know they tried to eat Han, but they were so goddamn cute.
Well, yeah, but where did that dress come from?
Oh yeah, they were trying to eat them fucking things.
And they had them like fucking. They were gonna spit roast them and shit.
Hell yeah.
They were gonna eat Leia too.
Yeah.
What up?
Because... That's why in Battlefield 2 they have the Ewok forest or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and they're fucking popping out trying to like fucking like tomahawk you.
What the hell?
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
No.
It's like zombie mode, but it's with Ewoks.
Yeah, the Ewoks
and it's actually terrifying.
Ewoks are secretly terrifying. That's there's a very good Cracked video talking about that by Dan O'Brien, who's a wonderful person. If you want to hear just insane theories on pop culture, but he talks about them and he's like, yeah, they've got fangs. Specifically, they have fangs. That means they're carnivores and meat eaters. And there's one in it that wears the skull of an objectively scarier thing for a hat. And I think in the expanded universe, they talk about the poison that
they omit
that they tip their spears with.
Oh,
and they said it's like, I can't remember they described the death, but it's like a very horrific death of being like paralyzed and in constant pain until you just die.
Jesus.
So yes, the Ewoks are terrifying, and they were made because
but they're cute,
and they were made because George Lucas couldn't afford Chewbacca suits.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, they were. They
were supposed to be a bunch of like Chewies.
At this point, how the fuck did he not afford it? These other two movies probably killed it.
I don't know. I mean,
I like how he's like, no, we can't do any Chewbacca suits, so let's hire a bunch of midgets.
Well, no, so he had a bunch.
That's the cheaper option.
I think the issue was they couldn't make full suits that were like Chewbacca because they were all going to be like full Wookiees. So they're like, never mind, cut them in half, make them all Ewoks, and they never say Ewok in the movie.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Interesting.
So, you know how you found out they were called Ewoks?
The credits.
No.
The books.
Toys!
Ooh. Oh. Okay.
So, Rory, think the Star Wars universe is good anymore? It's just stupid.
I do think it's good.
Well, I think my notes on the movies are selling him more on the movies.
I think it's good because it wasn't intentionally good. It just happened to be good. And the fandom has turned it into something that we enjoy.
That's fair. The
original thing is maybe like in spirit there, but I think it's more like the fans have taken over.
Yeah.
Remind me of that when you're listening to the Jizz Whalers.
So, before they had the...
What'd you say, me?
I said I will. Every night.
I'm listening to the Jizz Whalers tonight, Zach.
I'm going to unzip.
No, you need to be playing the Cantina Band song and talk about how much you enjoy listening to Jizz Whalers.
Will do.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Text you at 2 a.m. You up?
I'll be up. I don't know if you know my sleep, but I do not have a good sleeping schedule, so don't think you're going to be interrupting me.
Text you at 2 a.m. You up?
Yeah. If anything, you should text me at like 10 a.m. on a Sunday, and I'll be, Rory, why'd you wake me up? I just got to sleep.
What are we doing?
Oh,
where were we?
Talking about why Star Wars is dumb.
So I was watching on the Blu-ray version.
Good movie, dumb universe.
I don't like you anymore.
That's fair. Last episode of the podcast.
So I'm watching
friendship over. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
So in the Blu-ray version, they show Palpatine, Ian. What's the guy's name? McDermott.
I have
Ian McDermott.
Yeah. I remember the old version though. The Emperor looked like somebody who got in a fight with like a hornet's nest.
That's because he went like full evil and it like fucked him up.
No, but I mean like in the old version, he had like bulbous eyes and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
He's just an old guy.
Well,
no, that was something. No,
it was like bad makeup.
I know what you're talking about. And like the
original.
Yeah, and like the very original, he looked like really different. And
before he was Palpatine, like.
No, like
when he was
the original
when he was just like the Emperor.
Yeah, when it wasn't Ian McDermott.
And you didn't really get a good like look at him.
It was because remember,
pull it up and show Rory.
Because remember when he fought Mace Windu and then he got all fucked up and he's like disgusting.
Rory, he's not.
You're just talking about the actor himself.
No, he's not talking about that. He means the very first Star Wars movie, first seeing the Emperor. He looked like a lot different, and it got retroactively changed because of who they cast later.
Yeah. But so you're talking about the actor himself.
No. Look, like this is what the character looked like. It looked like he fought a hornet's nest, right?
they still weren't sure.
That's because his eyes are in shadow, and it looks fucking terrible.
Maybe.
But they still weren't sure. I know they changed it.
Get it. I get what you're trying to say.
So. Continuing on with the movie, I thought it was kind of funny. Yoda had Luke just do a bunch of cardio, and that was his Jedi training.
Yeah,
I was like, "Fuck that! I would never
do some P90X. You'll beat all the Sith."
And power lift a X-wing with the Force.
True.
Guess what? He never used that.
Yeah. The bounty hunters were cool though. I like seeing all of them lined up.
Wait,
Bosk,
Dengar.
Who cares about Dengar?
IG-88, Boba Fett. And I realized Boba Fett's not really a bad guy. You know?
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, well, I mean, he just wanted to make a quick buck, unlike Jango Fett, who was clearly a bad guy.
I mean, Boba Fett, he grew up really shitty.
Well, I'm saying he went, like, he had, like, this is Zach's a bounty hunter right now. Like, we go in, we bust this fucking dude at McDonald's and take him back to the station. Like, you know, because bad guys were just collecting some coin.
In the Clone Wars TV series, he tried to rob a train too.
Well, is that canon?
As a kid, I don't know.
Well, he did assault a cop, like I said.
They tried to retroactively make Boba Fett like more interesting.
Yeah, but they made it stupid.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't know how much of the CGI is.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how much of the CGI Clone Wars is canon now. Because that was before the acquisition.
Oh yeah, I don't think anything's canon now.
Well, because now they're weird about where they just
they can cherry pick now.
Yeah,
whatever suits their narrative now.
Like Ahsoka's canon now. But
oh really?
She was in Rebels. She fought Vader in Rebels, and they still remember each other.
Did he kill her?
No, There's some
like
really
a sexual
stuff.
tension.
Did they do it?
No, there was some.
Did they want to do it?
Yeah, I can
tell.
No,
Ahsoka was like horrified.
But like
because he wanted to do it.
Sexual way.
No, because she tried during one of the.
Wore his pants on.
Well, he was in a TIE fighter at the time, but during one of the chase scenes of
Let me guess, he couldn't see the side.
He was in a TIE fighter. It was like trying to shoot their ship out, and I remember she was like trying to reach out to him to like stop him or something like that, or she didn't know it was like Anakin at the time, and she like reached out and she was like trying really hard to like get into his head, and then she like finally did, and she just like freaked the fuck out and passed out because she realized like, oh shit, my master is this horrific person.
Okay.
This guy I thought was dead is now actually.
So wait, what happens to Ahsoka?
From my understanding, and this is based on clips on YouTube.
Okay.
She dies in season 3. But at the end of season 5, the main character
is her.
No.
Is her child.
No. Season 5 is the main character, like the main character throughout the entire series. Gets this weird it gets into the more like straight magic side of what the Force is.
Okay.
And because even in Clone Wars 2, there were always like other planets where the Force is more like straight magic, and they did rituals.
Like the witch planet.
Yeah, like that. And he gets to this place with all these portals, and they're like time portals, basically.
Okay.
And he sees the one with Ahsoka about to be killed by Vader, and he pulls her out at the last minute.
That explains nothing.
So he basically
I'm more confused now.
He used a time portal to save Ahsoka.
I
don't like time portal.
I'm done with this series. I haven't watched it.
And then at the very end of the series, it's does another time skip, and it's after episode 6, and Ahsoka's still alive.
After Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and then the question comes up of where was she, and presumably that'll be whatever their next series is.
I don't like it. Yeah. From your explanation, at the very least.
I'm. It's very possible I'm not explaining it properly. But and then the little kid and then Palpatine's like, "Oh, I also knew about this place, and I'm gonna shoot fire at you."
Okay. When does he shoot fire? He's lightning.
He got fire.
I really don't.
I think it was more of he had a cauldron of fire, as all evil maniacs do, and he just used the Force to lift it and direct it at people.
Okay, he's carried it around with him.
No, he had, it looked like he had a portal in his inner sanctum place.
Okay,
and then he just also had a pit of just fire.
Because they're in space with all this technology, but they still need an open flame to keep warm.
He's an evil emperor. Heating? What are you gonna do?
You can be.
I need ambiance.
The technology and enjoy the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Evil ambiance. Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's still a good series. The fights are fun, and seeing the Darth. I didn't
like the Inquisitor, his weird lightsaber that was all spinny and
that's
shit.
Super dangerous.
Yeah, I'm you can only hold it out in front of you and maybe put it above your head.
It's like that scene. It's like that scene in Anchorman where Steve Carell's character just has a hand grenade.
Yeah, he's just walking around holding it.
I'm gonna use it.
Where'd you get a hand grenade?
I don't know. But yeah, it's a fun series.
Huh.
Darth Maul.
If I ever get super bored, maybe.
Darth Maul.
I probably will not.
Darth Maul meeting Obi-Wan and having that finally come full circle end is really.
It's remember me, motherfucker.
Well, it's Darth Maul is super pumped because he's oh, I can finally avenge myself and my humiliation, and then Obi-Wan just one-shots him.
So also you know what I hate about
Does he have
the
legs?
Clone Wars is
he has robot legs.
He has robot legs. And then he gets fucked up again, I believe. And then he has robot spider legs.
I think. Now that got taken out.
That's when I was like, I can't take any of this shit. This was in the show?
No, so
there's an expanded universe.
This is in the show.
He has spider legs?
Yeah.
So this was in the Clone Wars CGI show that he got spider legs. But in Star Wars Rebels, which was after the Disney acquisition, he just had the regular robot legs.
Yeah.
So spider legs didn't count then?
Presumably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't remember why, but it was just something happened and he had to get rebuilt again, and how can we make him really evil now? Spider legs. It just
did you guys hear about that? It was one of those canceled games that LucasArts was working on, but
Star Wars 1313?
No, not that one. This wasn't canceled because they were bought out. This was canceled because they're we're just not gonna do this. We decided to go in a different direction.
Okay.
And I think it was right before Force Unleashed came out, but they were gonna do a game about young Darth Maul training.
Yes, I do remember that.
What? I don't remember that at all.
I would have played that.
Did you guys ever play Bounty Hunter?
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
Such a good game.
Yeah.
Was it?
Back then it was fucking amazing. Yeah. If I played it now, I'm gonna ruin the memory.
Yeah. It's seeing Darth Maul trying to fight Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan just one-shotting him, and then it was one of those scenes of the bad guy is the bad guy realizes he's about to die. It's kind of just happy. He's okay, I'm finally
I like how we have to say one-shotting with a lightsaber. You could take a couple hits.
You can. Because Dooku hit
to the
Obi-Wan
head
a couple times.
No, he touched him.
He winged him.
Yeah, it was basically
he nicked him. There we go.
Nicked is the word.
He branded him.
Yeah.
But
he it's just Dooku on his arm.
Yeah.
Zorro. It's a big D. You got a D on you, man.
But yeah, it's just nice to see Darth Maul dying, and Obi-Wan isn't really angry at him.
That sounds nice.
It was this really weird moment where he's supposed to cut his face and he has no marks at all, and then he's dying in his arms on his knee, and he's shh, it's okay.
Did he really grab him like that?
Yeah.
No way, really?
Uh-huh. They made it a really touching scene, and I'm
why?
No,
weren't they fucking enemies?
Kill him.
Well, no. Because the whole point of Obi-Wan is at this point he's not Ewan McGregor. Who is the original actor?
Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Oh, Alec McGinnis.
Alec McGinnis, yeah. He's firmly in Alec McGinnis, and Alec McGinnis was very much no, I'm I don't care anymore. I'll defend myself. I'm not gonna hate people.
Okay.
Alan McGinnis, who classically did not like Star Wars, I wanted to be killed off.
Yeah, he hated it.
And then I guess and then I guess didn't read his contractual obligations to appear in 2 more movies.
Jackass.
He's like,
now you're a ghost.
He's like, oh, damn it. Okay. So I think that's...
Was that all your notes?
That was all my notes. So those are the only movies I watched.
This is about 2 hours.
Oh, shit. Hour and 40.
All right.
Okay. It's about that time, I think.
Yeah.
I think we got a lot of Star Wars talk in there. Yeah. So,
Star Wars is dumb.
So
fun movie, dumb universe. That's my
my
consensus.
We were gonna do our D&D thing again. Definitely don't have time for that now.
Yeah. Well, I think we can do that on our D&D episode.
Yes.
Right. So that'll fit perfectly with it.
Yeah. Little spoiler: we're gonna be playing some D&D. Not D&D specifically. It's Rift.
Yes.
Oh wait, it's Rift. I thought we were playing.
It's a D&D offshoot.
Is this the post-apocalyptic thing?
Yeah.
That's
because Zach's friend is versed in that versus D&D.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same feel.
He's like, so I can still be bees.
Space bees.
Well,
okay.
I thought we were going to save that for a surprise for our audience.
No, I talked about that last
spoil
time.
It.
I talked about
they
that
will
last
be
episode.
sentient bees. Buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah.
There's a backstory. Don't worry.
My buddy's he's run like D&D before, but he hasn't run D&D in like a long time.
Okay.
Whereas Rift, he said he's been running for like the past 10 years.
Okay.
So,
okay. I mean, basically, it's the same experience. It's just, I think
different setting.
I think the rule set is a little bit different from what I read,
and it's a bit more open as to who you can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
I mean, the world can be whatever.
Yeah. We haven't really read that much into it. My buddy's gonna guide us through it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. It'll be fun. So we have us three. Is your late wife gonna participate?
She will.
Her ghost will be here in spirit.
Yeah, I thought she was dead.
We're gonna hold the
this
seance.
Is because the side. It's like a different universe. Like
we'll hold the seance off screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Off mic.
I'm gonna make sure that I have a pentagram on my carpet.
Yes. Do it in blood, please.
I will.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I guess we could wrap it up there. Yeah. So you can catch us on YouTube as Endgame Unclear. We don't have that name yet because we don't have 100 subscribers. I think we're about 87
we have
away.
the name. We just don't have the the actual channel.
.com/Endgame Unclear.
Yeah.
We're on Instagram, Endgame Unclear. You can follow us there. Twitter is our least social media one because I'm not really too savvy with Twitter and I don't control the social media stuff.
I feel like you're like a wild, you'd be like a loose cannon with Twitter if you got really into it.
I don't like it.
I feel like it would just be...
I feel like it's too constraining. I don't like to be constricted.
Okay.
Like a snake. We're on SoundCloud as well. SoundCloud.com/EndgameUnclear. And finally, also, we're now... iTunes is finally working Apple Podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Endgame Unclear there, and all the episodes get uploaded through SoundCloud now.
So if you don't want to pop up YouTube and fucking have that running in the background, then listen to us on the Apple Podcast. Is that what it's called? Apple Podcast?
I think it's just Apple Podcasts. Okay. That's what I keep calling it. People seem to know what it is. So, yeah.
And we're working on CastBox, maybe. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you and good night.
Peace out.